right? So build the application. That is the first thing. One is
Developer
build.
has to build the
That means he will
application.
have to create the build of the application. And then what are the next things that we have to do? We have to run he has to run the unit test cases. So make sure that the build is proper. Whatever he has built, he'll have to do the unit testing, right? And after that, it has to be deployed on any environment, let's say QA2 or like that. And then on there, we have to run some sanity, quick sanity, automated sanity. We had automated using hybrid framework or BDD, whatever, page object model, whatever could be the framework. Then we have to run some quick, quick automation execution, right? So maybe some 15 to 20 scenarios will be there for sanity. So we will run them. And then based on the results, whether it's passed or failed, if everything is looking good, then we will publish the results. We will share it with the team saying that, the things are looking good. Now we are, good to continue further testing, right? And then the testing will happen after that. Once the testing is over, then it will be released to the production. Imagine a typical, let's say, two weeks sprint, right? Where the development, testing, everything happens within 2 weeks, and then it gets delivered to the client. Okay. So now, if you see here, these are the individual, things, right? Maybe I can say it as jobs. Okay. So these jobs have to be done, and then we have to basically, release it to the client. I mean, so first is deployment, first is building, then is unit testing, then deployment, and then test execution, and then release it. If you see here, these are some small jobs that have to be completed. Correct, na? So all of them are basically integrated, right? All of them have to be integrated. That is when you will have a continuous execution, and then finally it will get delivered to the production. Let's say, imagine if you are trying to, give it to production in just 2 weeks, then it has to be finally delivered into the production. Make sense? So this is what we call it as a continuous integration. That means whatever is getting developed, that has to be continuously built, deployed, tested, and then released, right? And then it has to be, see, basically the main code base is there, where incrementally we are adding. One sprint we are adding some features, another sprint another features, another sprint another features, like that. Incrementally we are adding. Correct, now incrementally we are adding. So that is when our application is getting developed incrementally, and then it is also getting delivered. Okay, so at the end of one sprint, if at all you want to release something to the production, you are ready, right? So this is what is called as a continuous integration, continuous delivery. Integration means you are integrating whatever you are developing with the code, the main application code, and then that is getting delivered to the customer every now and then. See, some companies are following 1 day release. You will not believe that. There is a bug that has come, people will develop, test, and then release it to the production on the same day. But typically, theoretically, we are following a 2 week sprint, right? So whatever you are writing, developing, developers are developing continuously, it has to be integrated with the code base, and then it has to be delivered to the appropriate areas, whether it is staging or production or whatever, pre-prod, wherever it has to go. Make sense? What is continuous integration? What is continuous delivery? Is that clear to you? At least the theory part. Yeah. So now all of them have to be integrated. Okay, remember this. All of them have to be integrated, right? All of them should go in a sequence, right? This is what is the whole CI/CD is. So to achieve the CI/CD, there are a lot of tools available in the market. The popular one and the open source one is Jenkins. Okay, there's something called a CI circle. There's something called as uh, CI circle, I've told you, right? So there are many tools, right, to name Jenkins. And now we also have something called as Azure DevOps. Okay, this Azure DevOps is also doing the same thing as Jenkins. So, but Jenkins is very popular and open source CI/CD tool, right? How do we achieve this is what we're going to see now. Using Jenkins, how do we achieve this is what we're going to see, right? So very interesting. Any questions, anybody here? Did you understand what is CI/CD means? It's a process continuously where whatever we are developing is getting integrated with the application code base, and then it is, following a sequence of stages or steps to get delivered. Make sense? Any questions? Any questions here? Any questions? Anybody? What is it? Nikhila, Ton, go ahead.
Hi, sir. Good morning. Yeah, just a question. So I have been exposed to Jenkins, uh,
Good.
and so I just didn't understand like they used to call like they used to call CI pipeline and CD pipeline, and I
Hmm.
never used to understand like what
Okay.
they were saying,
Uh,
that what was happening in there. So if you probably have an idea, maybe you can explain. I just
Correct.
didn't understand that part.
Yes, yes, surely I'll explain that. Whatever you're saying here, the pipeline, the term pipeline, right? So
Yes,
this
sir.
pipeline is nothing but putting all these things in one place, as in we want to run them in sequence, right? So first is maybe building the code, right? Building the jar or war file, then deploying and then running the unit test, then deploying it on a stage environment, running our automated test cases, then publishing the results, let's say. So all these small jobs that I was mentioning, they have to happen in some order. Now, this is what is a pipeline is. Okay,
Okay.
so the pipeline is for, one is for integration where you continuously push your code and it is getting built and then unit tests are run, and then another one is for the delivery wherein you again deploy it and test it and then release it, right? So all these tasks or the jobs have to happen on a particular order or a sequence. Now that is what is a pipeline is. Okay, we will see that, not about Jenkins pipeline, we will see. Good. All right, any other questions, anybody here? Kala, do you have any exposure towards this, whatever I'm saying? Are you using Jenkins or any other CI/CD tool in your current project? Kala or Shruti?
Similar to Sean sir, like they used to call CA is running, that pipeline is running. So a
Hmm.
similar thing I've heard, sir.
Good, good. We will learn that. No worries. Shruti, how about you?
Yeah, same thing, sir. Like they used to talk about pipeline.
Pipelines. Everybody's talking about the pipeline, right? Okay, good. No worries. Yeah, cool. We will work on that. No worries. Okay. So now what we need to do is we will have to download Jenkins for that. Okay. So what I'll do is because I've already downloaded Jenkins, it was already working for me. So, but just to show it to you, I will have to delete that, right? Otherwise, it will directly take you to the Jenkins. Okay. Now, so whenever you are working on Jenkins, okay, what it will do is if you go to your user profile, right? So always remember all the applications, some of the applications like Git, Jenkins, right? Mostly they will sit on your user profile. Okay? Any AI related tools or Android Studio if you're using, mobile APM you're using, right? Some of the cursor and other AI related things that you're using, right? All of them will sit under your user profile. Okay. If you see here .m2 folder, you remember that this is for the what? This is for your uh, Maven, right? This is for your Maven. Yeah. So similarly, you will have one folder here for .jenkins. This is where when you basically run Jenkins, this is where Jenkins will come and sit. Okay. If you see yesterday night, I was just trying to see whether things are working fine or not. So now what I'll do, I'll just delete this. You don't have to do this for the first time. For now, I've deleted it. Right. So what you do now is go to internet and then download. Let us download Jenkins. Okay. So here, if you go here, see if you just say download Jenkins. So remember, you have to download the WAR file. Okay, that means Jenkins itself is a web application, right? Jenkins itself is a web application. It has a UI, right? So what you have to do here is if you go to say Jenkins here, okay. So what is this LTS means? Long-term support, and these are the weekly changes that they're pushing. Don't download this. Download this stable one, right? So then if you see here, there's a WAR here. There's a WAR. Okay, if you see how to deploy the WAR. Okay, so for Windows, right, you have to download the WAR file, web application. Come here, click on the Windows. If you click on this, it will start downloading the Jenkins WAR file, right? So if you see here, the download has started. How do you access it? Simply say localhost 8080. That means the application will be running on our localhost. That means on my machine, right? You have to download it. Now, what I have done here is yesterday I have already downloaded and kept the Jenkins over here. Where is that Jenkins? Jenkins, Jenkins war. When was this? Okay, this is the latest one. Jenkins 1.1. Whatever. I mean, both are same only. So let me delete this. I will just use this only. So you are downloading the Jenkins file. This is the Jenkins var. This is the application, right? Once you have downloaded it, what you have to do is you have to start it. Okay, so don't worry too much about this. You will have Jenkins already hosted and running in your companies. You will not be doing setup because you have to practice. That's why I'm telling you. So Jenkins itself is a web application, remember. It will run in your local machine. Okay, so what it will do is it's a web application, it's a web app, right? It will be deployed on your local machine. So for web application to work and serve, so you need what? HTTP, right? You will be accessing web applications using the browsers. Okay, so they will be deployed on some web servers. So what are the typical web servers? We have WebLogic, right, which is from Oracle, Sun earlier, very costly one, very good one, enterprise level. And then we have Tomcat, right? We have Glassfish. There are many. Okay, so then there's also something called as a small web server called as Jetty. So what is this Jetty? A server. Server is just like, imagine the server of your restaurant. Okay, so this is where the application will be deployed or installed, and you will be able to access it using the HTTP or HTTPS using the browser. It will serve the application pages to you, right? So in the var file, when we download this Jenkins .var, now what happens here? This web application also has this var file also has a Jetty, right? So what it will do, it will unarchive it and then start the Jetty and then put this application inside this Jetty server. And then once you say localhost means on your local machine, colon 8080. This is a port. Okay, if you just type like this, then you will see the Jenkins coming up for you, right? So this is what we have to do now. So once you download the var file, simply run this command. Which command you have to run? So any var file, right? Any var file, if you want to unarchive that, okay, so what you do is just simply say command, open the command prompt here. I'm here now. Simply say java -jar. Whenever you are trying to unarchive a var file or a jar file, the command is same. You simply have to say java -jar. Then what is the var file name or a jar file name? Jenkins.var. This is the file, right? Then say simply start. Now the var file, you should be on the same location where your Jenkins var file is there. Okay, so now what it's trying to do is it is trying to unarchive that var file and then trying to start the Jenkins, right? So it will deploy the var file inside the Jetty. Okay, so if you see here, it has given us one password. Please use the following password to proceed to installation. Just it is also available in this location. See, it is telling me under my user profile .jenkins folder, it will create now. We have deleted it, it will again create it, and then you can also find the password there. Now it's taking some time. Let it start, right? It will start. Okay, so it will take maybe a couple of minutes, and let it start. Yeah, it will take. Then finally we get a message saying that Jenkins is fully up and running. Okay, until then you have to wait. But in the real world, what happens? When you are working in a company, then they have already deployed this Jenkins in a server. Okay, you will not be using this localhost. What you will be using? HTTPS :/, let's say jenkins.oracle.com, something like this, right? So then when you use this URL, this is where it will be deployed in the real time. It is deployed in cloud somewhere, right? You will be actually using the URL to access the Jenkins. But here we are deploying locally only and trying to access it. Is the difference clear? Right? So you will be using the proper URL to access it. Okay. Now, when you get the job in a project, when you start working in a project, first thing is you need to have the access to the tool, Jenkins tool. If you open this URL, https jenkins.oracle.com or something like that, or TCS, wherever you're working, wherever it is hosted, it will have a domain name. So you need to have the access to the tool, Jenkins tool. You should be able to log in. Usually, you will be able to log in using your SSO, your single sign-on, your company credentials. And then there will be jobs inside Jenkins. You have to run the jobs. Jobs means whatever you want to run. One job is maybe to run unit test cases. Another job is to run, let's say, your automated sanity test, right? You may want to run the jobs. How do you run these jobs? For that, you have to access the job. One is the tool access, another one is the job access. Okay, so you should have both access. once you get into the project, anyway, you will just have to raise the request. They will get you the access. Don't have to worry about that. Now see, it is still running. Maybe it is taking some time. Not sure why it is taking this. Okay, I just clicked enter. Okay, Jenkins is fully up and running. Right now it is showing. So how do you access the Jenkins now? Come over here. Maybe what I'll do is I'll simply start another browser for this. Simply say localhost 8080. Enter. So when you enter this, so now what it will do is it will basically open up Jenkins for the first time. Now this is what it is. Now what it is asking you, administrator password. You remember it has asked here, this is the password, right? Just copy this. Right click, it will be copied. Then come back here, paste it. Okay, continue. So now it is loading Jenkins. Okay. So for performing any uh, operations inside Jenkins, right, when you are running the jobs or when you're publishing the results and all that, right, so there are plugins available. Plugins means just like your add-ons. Okay, you have to have the add-ons, right, installed. So it has some selected plugins like for Git, because we need to get the code from the Git, right? So and then similarly we need to run some commands on the terminal. So it has some suggested plugins. For now we can go with this. Okay, click on this. So see, if you see here folders, you will be able to see the folders. Git is there, Maven is there, LDAP is there, some of the themes are there, SSH are there, whatever it is, GitHub is there. So let it install some selected plugins. Email extensions are there. It can send you emails once the job is done. Some of the pipeline related things are there, right? So let it have all the default plugins. Let it install. No worries. It will take maybe a few minutes. Let it install. I actually have done this yesterday. I thought will not do it again, but otherwise, you will have to set it up, right? So don't do it on your office machines, okay? You may not be able to do it also. Please do it on your personal laptops. Yeah, good. But in the job, in the project, you will basically have to access the tool as well as access the job. Everything in Jenkins is we have to create a job and then start using that job. Make sense, right? So continuous integration, continuous delivery, Jenkins is basically used for that. Okay, so you can maybe get more knowledge on CI/CD. So this is taking some time. Let it take. Okay, so now what are we trying to achieve here in Jenkins? Pipeline, I will come. Don't worry about that. Yeah. So everything in Jenkins is basically using a job. You need to create a job. When you create a job, so what you want to do in that job? What do you want to do it? You want to basically, these are the steps. So what do you want to do in that job? One is you want to, let's say get the code, right? Get code from GitHub, right? You want to get the code from the GitHub, and then what do you want to do? You want to basically run the Maven. See, we are only talking from the testing point of view, right? We do not want the development and all here. So we want to basically get the code. That is one step or one stage. Stage one. Stage two, what do you want to do? You want to build it. Build it means we want to run MVN test, right? You remember Maven lifecycle I told you, right? Clean means it will clean up everything. Test means it will run the test for you, and it will trigger internally your testng.xml. You remember we discussed about profiles, this, that, and all. So you can say MVN clean test or test. Test means anyway it will do clean. You can say MVN clean. This is what you want to run. This is your Maven goal. Then finally, you want to publish the results. You want to publish the results. These are the stages that you want. This is what we want to achieve in one job. Okay. Then similarly, you have, let's say, another job. Right. Similarly, you have another job. If you connect all the jobs together, that is what is a pipeline is. Pipeline means basically you are trying to run all these jobs in a sequence. We will first see one or two jobs, then we will try to see the pipeline also. Okay. So wait for the Jenkins. Where was that? It was here. It's more or less done. So yeah. So this Jenkins was earlier called as Hudson. Okay, some of you have used this earlier, long back, maybe before 2012 or so, right? It was called as Hudson. it was initially developed at Sun Microsystems. Now after that, what happened? It was always used for doing the deployment, testing, and all that, right? For Java, mainly for the Java-based applications. Now, and then Oracle acquired Sun, right? And once Oracle took it, then there was some kind of dispute, as in whether the Hudson should stay with Sun or Oracle or should come out, right? And then they decided, because everything belonged to Sun Microsystem, started belonging to Oracle, right? Oracle became the owner. So now, after this, what happened is, right? So there was some group of people, they wanted to keep it open source, but Oracle did not agree for that. Whatever code that they developed, they left it, then came back and then started developing it from the scratch again. So in Oracle, if you still go to Oracle, I was part of Oracle earlier, working with Oracle Cloud team. So there we used to still call it as Hudson. But now we have Jenkins. It's open source. Thanks to them, they still made it as open source. Hudson and Jenkins more or less same. Okay, Hudson is proprietary of Oracle, and Jenkins is an open source one that we will use. Right? Good. Okay. So by the way, I am just trying to check, all of you are you taking out time and then practicing? Hope you are. If not, please practice. Now it's a high time. We discussed page object models. We discussed the BDD Cucumber hybrid framework in detail. We discussed in detail hybrid, right? And then Git we discussed. We are discussing Jenkins also. Okay. So create the first admin user. Admin user is required. You can enter the username and then some password. Yeah. So let me enter some password here. Okay. So then say whatever password. Yeah. That you remember. Maybe some your name and password. Tutor party, whatever. This is just for internally, okay? It will not save. It will not be saved anywhere. It will be saved locally. Okay. Here you go. This is how the Jenkins will be accessible, right? Localhost 8080, then save and finish. So now Jenkins will be started. Let's see here. Very interesting, very interesting. So now see, this UI will keep on changing, okay? So when you log in, right, depending on what version of Jenkins you are using, based on that, it'll keep changing. This is how it may look. It may look something different also, but ultimately one of the same. Now what we want to do? We want to create a job first, right? Either you click on create new item here, or create a job here itself, one of the same. Either you click on this or you click on this, one of the same. Click on this, right? New job or new item, right? What is that job you want to create? Just for you to show, I will simply create a, say, simple job one, right? Just to show it to you, right? So you want to keep it as a pipeline. Pipeline means sequence of steps you want to perform. No, as of now, no. I will just say, what is this? Freestyle project. It is just a simple project, freestyle project. We'll select this, then say, okay. Now, it is going to create the job for us. The first job, item or job, one of the same. So now see, I am into the configuration of that. That means I am trying to configure that job now. Okay, so how you want the job to run, right? You give some description of this. Let's say this is a simple, job to run anything, basic Windows command, something like this, right? A very, very dummy job. Okay. So is it okay? So for now, you can leave this. All this are parameterized and all that I'll tell you. For now, it's a simple one. It's not going to be Git and all. Okay. If you see here, source code. How you want the source code to, source code means your application code or your automation code. Is it coming from Git? Or as of now, I'll set it to none. Just for now, initially, just to show it to you. And then what is this poll SCCM? This also I'll tell you. Poll SCCM means you want to keep source code management. SCCM means source code management. Do you want to keep on checking the GitHub? If there are any new changes that are getting chucked in, Do you want to check and then run it? That's what it is. Now I will leave this open for now. Okay. Again, this environment also I will leave it for now. Leave it for now. Then say, how do you want to run the build? That means how do you want to run this job basically, right? I will simply say execute Windows command. Any Windows command that you want to run. For example, if you come to the command prompt, okay, if you see here echo, say welcome. What it will do, it will print welcome, correct? Echo means print, system.out.println, right? So now this command is what I want to run. Echo, say welcome to Jenkins, something like this. Right? This is the command I want to run. That's it. I am not pulling any source code. I am not doing anything else here. Simply saying, just run this Windows command for now, right? We will use all of them. So do you want to do any post operations after this build is done? After this build, see, whenever you are trying to run the job, right, it will run the job. Now that is what we call it as a build. Once the execution is over, do you want to do something else? As of now, I don't want to do anything else. For now, say apply and then say save. Just to show it to you, okay? So now where is that job gone? If you come to, if you are already into that, okay? So you can either click on build now here, or if you come to Jenkins home, you will see that job created. Can you see now? This is the job created, right? So simply say run. It will say schedule, but it's trying to run here. Now see what it will do is it will start that build number 1 for this job. That means it started the execution. It started the execution. So let us see what it has done, right? If it has executed, it's over because simple command, right? If you go here, you will see that build, the first build. Can you see build? Build means it has executed that job once, first build, second build, third build, like that. So what it has done in this build, the first build, click on this. So what it has done, if you go to the console output, so what it has done, it has simply gone here, simply printed welcomes to Jenkins, and then that got printed. So ultimately, what is this then? Whatever we are trying to run in your project also, if you go here, right? If you go here, this is your automation project, correct? I told you how do we run this? How do we run this? We usually go here and then basically run a Maven command. So this Maven command can also be executed using what? This Maven command can also be executed using the command prompt. I told you, simply go to the place and then run this command. So the same command can also be run over here. Whatever you can do it on the terminal or the command prompt. Jenkins is basically a UI for that. That's it. It will just help you to run the commands. And whatever happens, it will happen. Correct? Now this is what we're going to do now. Now see, okay. So now this is the command that we want to run. Okay, whatever it is. Right? Chrome headless. Okay, it is Chrome headless. I will make it as Chrome. Let us run this one. So whether it's working. Okay, let us check whether it's working or not. This is a project that we were using, right? Apply and then say run. Same project. Okay, we are running login. Okay, login has a lot of test cases. Let it run. If you go to, do you remember this? All this? Yeah, the same thing. Whatever we already tested. Test login. You see here login has 1, 2, 3 test cases. Okay, let it run. 3 test cases. That's okay. Let it run. Anyway, we started. Okay, it started here. It is trying to run. Username, password, enter. Okay, good. First test. Then second test. Yeah, so if you see the same command, we can also run it from the command prompt. Now what we will do, we will use Jenkins for that. That's okay. So yeah, login 003. We could have run only 1 test case, but it's okay. All good. It is failing because 1 test is failing because we have set the assertion, false assertion. You see assertion error. That's okay, let it fail. Now if I want to run the same, execute the same thing, what you have to do, the same command, whatever you have here, you can run it from the command prompt also, right? Control A, copy this, right? Now what I'll do here, just here, wherever my project is, I will come to the terminal. See here, this is where my project is, right? So your pom.xml maven should be there here. Okay, so simply open the command prompt here and then type this command. That's it. You simply have to say mvn test, because this is a maven testing is what you're doing, right? Mvn test, and then these are some of the execution environment, Jenkins, execution browser. I'm just giving it as Jenkins, okay? Last time we just gave some dummy parameters, right? Whatever parameters are there, execute, run. So now what it will do, it will start. See, whatever happened on the IntelliJ, the same thing is happening here. If you remember, we discussed it. Do you remember that, by the way? Who remembers this? Sean, do you remember? We discussed this. How do we run the Maven locally?
Yes, sir.
Right. Other Kala, you all remember this? Sushma, Nikita, Shruti, Soumya.
Yeah, I'm recalling it now.
Yeah. So whatever is simple test case is there, we can run it from the terminal also, or the command prompt also. Now what we will do, we will try to do the same thing using Jenkins. That's it. That is what we want to do now. Okay, that's what we want to do, right? So okay. All good. So now it is ending. So now what we will do, we will do the same thing using Jenkins. Let us go to Jenkins here. Let us create another job. Okay, I will come here to Jenkins, either new item or new job, new item, right? I will just say here, what is that? Local code execution, local code run, something like that, anything. So again, it's going to be a freestyle project. Then say, okay, right? Now see what we'll do it. So to run anything you can give to run the Maven framework from local code. Okay, so from locally, I'm trying to show it to you, right? So what is this? Discard the old build and all. I will tell whatever is required. Otherwise, it's fine. So now source code. Is the source code coming from Git and all? No, it is there locally only. As of now, it is locally only, right? Come back over here. Trigger means how do you want to trigger this? How do you want to run this? Okay, there are multiple ways. You can keep checking the source code polling, right? This Jenkins job will keep checking the GitHub. Is there any latest push that has come? Is there any PR that got merged into the master? If yes, any latest changes, then the build will start automatically. Otherwise, as of now, I'm not selecting anything. We are starting it manually. Okay, so this environment is something that we mostly do not use much. You can leave it for now and say build. How do you want to build it? Now, again, I will use the Windows batch command. I will run Windows batch only. Now, what we want to do here, just here, we want to go here first. Correct? We should go here. For that, the command is cd this. Go here. Not here, not command.exe. Okay. So don't go to command.exe. You have to go to the project. This project. First one. After that, what command you want to run? You want to run mvn, whatever is the command that we used here. This command. Copy that. Sorry. This command. Just copy this. See, remember, Jenkins is just helping you to execute. That's it. It's not doing anything. Copy this. Go here, paste it. That's it. This is the command that you want to. Maybe here you may want to add some sleep here because it has to come and then sleep for, let's say, 2 seconds. I don't remember the exact, syntax for the batch scripting, but let it do as of now. Say apply. Say save. So now I want to build the second job, right? So local run. Let us run this. Build schedule. See if it will start execution here. So okay, so just see the output here. What it's trying to do? It's trying to go here, and then okay, sleep is not recognized. That's okay. Maybe the syntax was wrong. Sleep may not be needed also. See, it is executed. It started executing this command now. If you see here, the job has started. Everything started. Whatever we were doing there. See now what you need. You don't need anything. You simply tell your junior engineers, or when you get a job in the project. So then what they will do, they will ask you to run this job. This job is doing what? Maybe it is doing your what? Sanity testing or regression, whatever tags you give, based on that it will run. Now see, execution started. You see it? Ideally we will run it in the headless mode, okay, in the Jenkins, because we don't want to the browser to open and on. So now the execution started. Now this is how the Jenkins jobs will be created. Okay, so once you get the job, you will be asked to run the jobs so that the jobs will do the task for you. Make sense? Is this clear? Are you able to correlate now? Anything that you're running now, people already in the projects, Shruti or Sean, or let's say Kala, Sushma, are you running any Jenkins jobs as of now? Jobs or pipeline? Pipeline is nothing but similar only. Only thing is it'll have few more steps to do. That's it.
No, never used before.
You never used it. How about you, Sean?
Yes, sir. I used it in the past. Yes.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah.
Okay, good. At least you know, right? So now see, this is the assertion error. How about you, Kala? Have you triggered anything on Jenkins?
There was a we create the tags and trigger the pipeline that I have done, sir.
Okay.
From GitLab pipelines.
GitLab pipeline or Jenkins pipeline is one
Hmm.
of the same, right? So once we see the Jenkins pipeline, you can maybe try to correlate there. Yeah, good.
Yes, sir. The execution I'm able to understand, sir. It looks similar.
Correct, correct. Good, good. So now see what it has done. It has gone to this location and then from there it has started. Okay. So it is just a UI to run your trigger, whatever you want to run. Whatever can be done from the terminal command prompt, that can be done using Jenkins. Okay, now see here, if you want to download the jobs logs, if you click on download, what it will do is all this, if you see here this guy, right? What is there inside this? Let's see. All the logs will be there. Uh, is a notepad. Oh, here. If you see here, your console logs, your developers may ask you, right? Sometimes if something fails, right? Simply just click on this download, you will be able to download it. Make sense? So that is what it is. So now, why it has failed here? Because one assertion has failed. Okay, now you want to see the test ng results, what has failed, what has passed and all. Where will you see that? You will not be able to see that, right? So because it is a local code, right? If at all you want to see, what you have to do, you have to go here and then go to your results. In the results, unfortunately, maybe we do not have the test ng and all. What is that? Your extent report and all implemented here, looks like. That's okay. We can take the latest code also. If you see here, if you go to your test ng results that it will generate, right? You remember that surefire reports, then emailable report. I discussed about this, right? The test ng default reports. You can see this. See here, this is the test ng results. It will show 1, 2 pass, wait, right? But now if you want to see the results, in the Jenkins itself, for that you need a plugin. Where are the plugins? If you just click on this settings icon, see plugins. There are some tools that you can configure, right? Plugins. You click on plugin and then say available plugins. What are the available plugins? For TestNG, we have two plugins. TestNG, type it here. TestNG and then type see TestNG results. If you install this plugin, then it will show the results also here. Some formatting results it will show. Okay. And then it is downloading and then trying to install. Loading plugin extensions. Okay, it is checked and all that. All is good. Right now I'll go here. There is another plugin here. The result analyzer or something like that. Yeah, test results analyzer. Okay, this is also required. One is TestNG plugin, TestNG results plugin. One is test results analyzer. Let us install both of them. Okay, so once you install that, it is installing. Now, if you once you install that, if you go to the installed plugins, you will see what and all installed. Okay, so some of them are defaultly installed, and then if you just type test here, we recently installed test results analyzer, test ng results plugin. Okay, so this is what it is. These are the two plugins. They're asking, it needs some adoption. That means somebody should be able to maintain it or sponsor it and all that. We are still not there yet, so let us leave it as it is. Okay, so now let us come back and let me run this once again. Okay, if you go here, you see this build number 1, right? You don't want to see all the previous builds, right? Again, okay, whatever initially we did configuration, right, that you will always find it here into the configuration. Delete project means the job will be deleted. It is not the build. The whole item that you created will be deleted. Okay, so click on configure. If you see here, this is what it is. Discard old builds means what? Discard old builds means delete the old builds. I don't want to see 1, 2, 3, 4 and all. Always I want to see the latest one. But this is not the case. You will always have to see the old builds. Okay, and then what else is there? Okay, so post build action. That means once this build is over, what do you want to do? Right? For the TestNG results to show, what I want to do is I'll click on this. Okay, publish TestNG results. You don't do anything. Just click on that publish TestNG results. Basically, TestNG is going to create all the results and all under the target. Correct? We know that under this target, it is going to create the results. So it will go to that location and then try to get the XML file of TestNG and then try to convert that XML and then try to show you the results. Just select this as it is and say apply, save. That means once the job is over, what we want to do, we want to publish the results. That is a post action, post build action, right? So let us run this now. How do you run? One option is go here and then run. Another option is if you're already into that, you simply click build now. Build now is one of the same. Okay, now it started. It started now. If you see here, the execution would have started. This is the final thing. Okay, it is just going to help you to trigger and run and all that. Yeah, but good to know, really good to know. Nowadays people are asking about this Jenkins and Jenkins pipeline and all that, right? So that's why really good to know. So let it run. So once this is over, now we might also see some results here. Login 002, what's happening? Okay. See, you don't have to worry what is, usually you can run it as a headless mode also, right? Because our automation has the support for headless mode. We can even run that also. Let us see. So finally, it is running now. And once this is over, then we will see where do we see the results. It's saying failed because that, see, always remember failed means one of the test cases failed. Okay, so now go to here, this guy, right? Now you will see the results. Okay, so if you see here, last build number 2, 1 minute 42 seconds ago. Okay, build, last build, failed build. Okay, this is what it is. This is what is a failed. Okay, so you can either click on this or you can click on this, one of the same. Always remember whatever is shown here is with respect to the latest build. Now you can even click on this also. Where is that? Where is that? Let me go back here. Last build. Okay, let me click on this. I'm just seeing whether it is showing some TestNG results or not. Where is that? Here you go. No, it is only showing here. But where is the data? The data, basically it will show 1 pass, 2 failed like that. User started by Patil, that's okay. Patil is the user. Let's see this. Okay, last completed build. Where do we see this? One more option here, keep this build forever. That means you will not be able to delete that. Okay, you will not be able to delete that. Okay, somewhere here it will show. Okay, let me click on this. It is coming over here. It will show the results, proper results. Delete build and all this, and then this is to console output. Okay, and then this is where it is showing the what I see. Basically, what it's showing here is one test has failed. This is what is the meaning. Red. Click on this. I did to show some more details. We'll see why it's not showing. It will show some results. Let us see that. No worries. So now what we will do is we will try to get the code from the Git and then try to build it. Okay, now the code is local. This is not something that we will do. We will be taking the code from the Git and then doing it, right? So how to do that? Let's see here. Run Maven. Okay, or say yeah, run Maven from Git. Something like this. Anything. It could be usually your project name or your sanity run or something like that. Okay, from Git. I'm naming it like this. Anything it could be. It's a freestyle project again, and say okay. Right. So now what we will do here, this job is to fetch or pull the code from GitHub and run automated tests. This is what it is, right? So this is not the one, okay? This is not the one you have to select. If you just come down here, source code management. Where is the source code? Source code is from the Git. You have to keep the GitHub URL over here. So I have the GitHub URL over here. Okay, so give me a second. GitHub, right? So where is your project? Whichever is your project you want to build. Okay, so remember which was that? Selenium Maven. Maybe this is the one. I'm not sure. Selenium Maven framework. I hope this is the one. That's okay. So whatever is there here, it will run. Now this is the project. Don't worry about this. This I'll show you later. So this is the project. We pushed the entire code. Whatever code here, we pushed it to the GitHub, right? I want to take the code from here and then try to run it. Okay. So where is the code? We all know that this is where the code will be. Copy this, right? Come back over here. Put the URL. Whatever is the URL, you put it. That's it. So if it is a private repository, now it is a public repository. If at all it's a private repository, you need to have the credentials to fetch the code, because otherwise everybody will pull your code, right? So usually it will be a private repository or it will be enterprise level repository. To access that, you have to set up the credentials, right? You have to have the credentials to access the Git, your GitHub account basically. See, I logged in here to my GitHub using my account, right? Now it's a public repository. Everybody can access. If it's a private one, to access this, I need the URL, I mean username and password. So that username and password is what you have to give over here. Okay. So how to give that is, if you go here in the advanced one, here, right? In the maybe system, I think this is where it is. If you just go here, again, you don't have to worry about this. It's a one-time activity. Your DevOps guy will help you to set up the credentials. See, Jenkins system level configuration we are trying to do here. You will be able to add the credentials here. Let us see. It's super slow. Okay, meanwhile, it is coming. Okay, if you see here, this is a system, localhost, access key is there, right? If you want to access access key. So some of the, okay, GitHub server, right? GitHub servers, if you at all you want to add some GitHub server, you can add your GitHub server here. Otherwise, it's okay. And where is that credentials? Somewhere it will be there. You will have to add your username and password. Maybe I'll try to see here. Okay, so for now, you can leave that. I can figure that out, not a problem. Once you add your credentials, username and password, it will come here. Imagine that I've added partial credential. I'll be able to see that. You can select it. That's it. For now, no credentials. Okay. And then what is the branch? Which branch you want to pull, right? So where is the branch here? We know that the branch is master as of now. So let it be master only. And then how do you want to build, right? How do you want to trigger it? I don't want to trigger pulling SCCM and all. I will show you that also. But what are the build steps? I want to invoke a Maven command. You just see here, this time, see, invoke top level Maven targets. I don't want to, because see, earlier it was local code. Now it is Maven, right? What I'll do here, I will pull that project from the GitHub and simply run what? Maven clean test, or Maven test is also fine. So whatever command you passed here earlier, the same command you will have to pass. Okay, so this guy, this guy, the same command you have to pass. MVN is not required. Test is the goal. If at all you want to pass these arguments, you can pass them. Don't give pom.xml and all, not required, because it is going to trigger that only. I will not even pass this for now. It will take the default ones, whatever it is there. Just here, I will say Maven test. That's it. I won't run this goal. This is called as a goal, Maven goal. And then for now, after this, I want to publish the results. And this is what it is. See, let it be fun. Don't worry too much about this. I will build it. Now, what it is trying to do now? Tell me, it is going to the GitHub and then trying to pull this repository. If you see here, it is trying to cloning the repository. Can you see here? Cloning the repository this, and then it cloned it. And after that, it is trying to run what? MVN test. And after that, exit means run the test and then exit. That's the command it's running. See, it's simply running this, and then after that, exit. Exit means closing it. Okay, trying to clone the code now. Let's see whether it's able to clone or not. Yeah. See here, it has cloned, and then it starting the execution. I don't know what we pushed it into the GitHub that time. What is there in this? I don't really know about that. Whatever test cases that are there, let it be there. Whatever it is, it will run. If it fails, fails. So something is starting finally. Okay, so this is what it is. Yeah. Okay, something is starting. Maybe again, it could be login only mostly. Okay, so this guy is coming here. Maybe we did not add that handling there. Over, good. So test has passed. The build has passed. Okay. So now come back over here and is that this guy, right? Run from Maven. You go here, it has passed, right? So build number 1 has passed. Okay, if you see a test engine results, okay, maybe looks like when we have the project from the Git, that is when it will show that. Looks like not for the local one. See, let us see what is there, the test engine results. If you click on this, build number 1, total test 1, failed 0. Like this, it's showing build number 1. If you go here, this is what I wanted. Now, if you see here, it is showing you com.selenium.test. Under this, if you click, it's showing login 001. Okay, it has passed. Maybe this description is null. Maybe we have to set some description for that. Login 001 has passed. Can you see it? What is the method? Login 001 is the method. What is the class? Login test is the class. Make sense? So this is how you will be able to see the results also. You will be able to see the results also. Okay. So if you click on that, it will show the logs of that particular. Okay. If you see here, this has passed, green color. Build number 1, this has passed. Okay. Maybe it is not taking us to the logs. That's okay. But the build number 1, this test case has passed. Make sense? Login test. This has passed. 6.9 seconds it has taken. Right? So this is how you will be able to see the test engine results also. Right? Where do you see the test engine results? Here. If you open the job, always remember whatever is shown over here is for the current build. When you run again, second build, third build, like that. Okay. So test engine results, you go here, you will be able to see the results. Right? Now, what is this workspace means? So what it has done here is, if you just go here, can you see now the entire project whatever we see here, this same structure, it has cloned it locally. See, what it has simply done is it has pulled the project. It is just like git clone, and then it has come over here, then executed the maven command. That's it. Earlier, the code was local. Now the code is in the git. It pulled that, and then it is trying to run it. That's what it is. Simple. Very, very simple. Makes sense? Right? So this is how we create the Jenkins job to run our automation. So now what is pipeline then? Pipeline is, instead of you create it, what we have done here, if you go to configuration again, we have created this, right? We have created by ourselves. Instead of that, we can do it using a script and tell that, okay, do this, clone it one stage, build it one stage, publish results another stage. If you give, write a small script for that, right? Now that is what will be called as a pipeline. We will even try to create that also in the next class. But pipeline means a sequence of steps. Okay. So now, just to show it to you, okay, let me just finally another 1 minute and not more than that. I will create a new item. Okay, I will just show it as a pipeline for now. Okay, just pipeline test. It's going to be a pipeline. Okay, okay. So one is for pipeline, as I told you, you will have to write a script. What is the pipeline script here? Pipeline script is basically written in the Groovy language. Groovy, not Java, Groovy, okay? So you have to follow the proper syntax and all, right? So for that, if you want to use the script, you can do it. If it's just a hello word, it will give you the script for you. See? So these are the stages. Can you see now? These are the stages. This is what I was telling you. In the first stage, okay. So we will discuss about this tomorrow, don't worry. Where you want it to run, where you want this pipeline to run, where you want the job to run. Any means it will run in, see, this is the Jenkins master. Wherever we are running here is a Jenkins master, right? So any means it will run anywhere. It will usually run on the master. So first stage is what? First stage, you can give any name here. Okay, I will say here, pull the code from Git. This is my first stage, right? Okay, what I want to do here, simply I'm putting echo here. Okay, so this is just a command, right? It will print this, that's it. But what ideally we want to do, we want to clone this project, right? So if you just copy this, see what is the pipeline? I'm just trying to show you here. Instead of echo, this can be one stage. That's okay. This can be one stage, okay? So just say here, I will just say here, simple stage. Hello world. Right? Something like this. Yeah. So now what is the other stage you want to do? These are the stages, okay? This is where it's starting. This is where it's ending. Now another stage that I want is what? I want to check out the code. First thing. What I want to do, I want to check out code from Git. This is my second job I want to do. Second stage. Copy this URL. What is the command here? Simply say git clone. This one, right? This is the second step, second stage. Third stage, what I want to do? I want to run tests or execute tests. Run maven tests, right? So what is the command over here? You simply have to give what? MVN. Maybe I can give the same thing here. You can pass the arguments or not, that's okay. It will run using the default one. I will simply run MVN test, right? After this, what I want to do, post. Post what you want to do. You want to publish the results. For now, I will not do that. Okay, so git clone, it is showing an error here. Maybe like this. Expecting this. This stage has started. Okay, so just take care of these. One is 1, 2, 1. Maybe comma. This is ending. This is ending. Found colon, expecting this found colon. Why it is saying here like that? Anyways, so now we will see this, and then finally this what it is. So ultimately, you will put your pipeline script here. This is a pipeline. Pipeline means it's going to do these stages. Stages will have steps. It will do it one after the other, one after the other. Whatever we have done here manually, if you write a script for this, that's it. Script will take care. Okay. So why it is showing some error here, I'm not sure. For now, okay, let me remove this. Yeah. So this stage I will remove. Let's see. Maybe this guy is causing a problem. Okay. So I will remove this stage also. So what we will do now, one pipeline is there, it will simply say hello world, right? Say apply, save. Right? This is a pipeline. Build now. So what it's trying to do, it is trying to simply say hello world. Right? See, it started. Pipeline has started. And what we are trying to do here, the first stage we are running here. In that first stage, we are trying to, see, this is what it is. Hello world. It will print hello world over. Pipeline executed. Right? So instead of this, we will put what? First step, git clone. Second step, MVN test. Third step, publish results. If you put all of them together, that is a pipeline. That's it. If you just go here to the pipeline overview, it will show you some of the things. Okay, so see here, it has started, it has executed this stage, and the stage got ended. Okay, so if you see here, hello world is the stage that it got executed, right? What is the output? This is the output. So this has a lot of things. Okay, so this your pipeline will show you a lot of other things also, right? What are the pipeline steps? The pipeline step is it has started the pipeline, and then it has executed this stage, and then stage block inside that. Then there's an echo command here. This is what it does. If you want to see the console output, you can go and see it here also. Console output. Okay, so you can just try to do it, explore it more. Right, today simply create a simple pipeline for yourself, and then you will be able to see this. I will add more and more data to it. Okay, workspaces again. If you go to the workspaces, where is the works? Okay, this pipeline where it is saved, it is saved here. But where is the code saved? Anyway, we are not doing any git clone and all as of now, right? That's why it is not showing the code here. Makes sense? So we are trying to run the phases, steps one by one, one by one. That is what is a pipeline is. We will talk more about the pipeline. Then what I'll also tell you tomorrow is how do we see whenever I'm making any changes and pushing it to my GitHub, automatically the Jenkins job should run. The Jenkins job should poll SCM, source code management. It keep on checking the source code management. Whenever there's a push here, it should run. Another way is where in the GitHub, see, one is your Jenkins is polling SCM, source code management. Jenkins is polling Git. Another option is in the Git also, there's something called as a webhook. Right? In the Git also you can set, okay, whenever there's a code pushed here, you go and run this Jenkins job. You can tell Git to Jenkins. See, one is Jenkins is polling. Another one is Git is pushing, and it will come and trigger the Jenkins job. Now that is what is called as a webhook. You can trigger a job, either Jenkins will keep polling or Git can itself trigger the job. Okay, so both the options we will see tomorrow, and we will see more parameters and all. How do we add parameters and then try to run the same jobs. Okay, very, very important, very interesting. We'll try to see that. Again, it's a very vast area. Git and Jenkins is basically mostly owned by your DevOps. Okay, so as a tester, what you should know, how to create the branch, how to make the changes, how to push, how to create the PRs, we discussed, right? That is important. And from a DevOps point of view, they will do whatever they want. Make sense? So this is what it is. Yeah. So again, you will not be creating the jobs, pipelines and all. You will be simply running them. Believe me. You will pass the parameters. If you say smoke, it will run smoke. If you say regression, it will run regression. How do we pass the tags? We know that in the Jenkins, right? In the Maven, if you see here, you can pass the groups. Which group you want to run. Right? So you can pass all these arguments. Okay, so Chrome and this and all that. So if you see here, maybe see groups, which group you want to run login. If you say login, it will run only login test. If you say regression, it will run regression. All your test-ng tests will have that. Don't get confused here. Your test-ng test will have this, right? Smoke, login, and this. This is a login group. So whatever you pass here as an argument to Maven, it will come here and then trigger that directly. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to go and update your test-ng.xml file every time. You don't have to do that. You anyway you included login here. If you want to include login 001, what do you have to do? Instead of login here, you simply tell what? Login 001. So this is a command. This is an argument, command line argument to your Maven file. Whatever you pass it here to the Maven file as an argument, that will be taken in the code. We know that. Correct? Your browser and all that. We discussed this, right? Long back when we discussed system.get property, right? The same thing. Yeah. So you will have to recollect that. Don't worry about that too much. We have anyway learned it. If you see here, system.get, not the system.get property. You remember that? Where was that? Start browser. See system.get property browser. What browser you want to run, which environment you want to run. I'm passing Jenkins, right? So you remember this, right? The same thing we are passing. We will discuss this tomorrow. Don't worry once again. And then that should also give you some more confidence. Okay. So which browser you are trying to run, that is something that we are not hard coding here. Default value can be there. But otherwise, what are we doing here? We are passing it as an argument from argument, see, D browser means Chrome. Hyphen D means it will come as an argument, environment variable. Chrome is the value. Which group you want to run? Login group, right? So likewise, whatever you pass it from the to the maven pom.xml file, that will come over here. It will take it here, and then browser will, based on the browser, it will run. That's what it is, right? So those items also, those values also, you can pass it from the Jenkins, okay? And that will come here, and then it will run your pipeline or the job. So remember, pipeline means it's doing 2-3 things in sequence. Job means you are creating it manually. Pipeline means it's getting done from a script. That's it. Okay, it is not a CI because we are not doing any kind of integration here. It's a CD pipeline basically. We are just doing the delivery. That means we are running the job, right? We are not doing any code and all here. Ideally, in the typical world, imagine your developer check-ins the code, it will build the job, it will build the project for you, and then deploy the project and then run the automated test. Now, what are we doing here? We are only doing the running part, right? The delivery part. We are not even deploying it because the application is already deployed somewhere, right? So we are only doing the CD part over here. Make sense? Okay. Hope it is making sense. Kala, are you able to visualize, understand what we are trying to do here with the
Yes,
Jenkins?
sir.
What is the use of Jenkins? Are you trying to able to visualize?
Yes, yes, sir.
Good. Nikhila, how about you? Nikhila, are you understanding what is
Yes,
Jenkins?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I understanding, sir.
You know about this earlier,
Yes,
Nikhila?
sir. I know about this.
Good, good.
Not
All right.
completely,
Uh-huh.
just a bit. I know about this, sir.
So, but now is it helping you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Good,
sir.
good, good. All right.
Yeah.
Sean, how about you? Are you getting Sean? What's happening here? Shruti?
Yes, sir. Able to understand. But in my project, they are using Azure DevOps, sir.
Oh, okay.
For that, no need to install this Jenkins, right, sir?
Not required.
Separately. It's
Not required.
inbuilt thing.
It's
Yeah.
inbuilt. It's already running there in the cloud, Azure cloud. So
Okay.
there also it's simple only. It's very simple. There.
Okay.
Further
Yeah.
simple. Yeah. Good.
Okay.
All right. Soumya, are you able to understand what we are trying to do here using Jenkins?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. Sushma, are you able to understand
Yes,
what's
sir.
happening here?
Mhm.
Good. All right. So please watch the video, all of you. Install Jenkins locally. Try to run some simple, echo commands, and then try to run the job also. That will give you more confidence. Tomorrow we will see the pipeline part also. Then we'll also spend some time on the resume building. So what I'll do is I'll send 1 or 2 formats to you today. Start going through them, and you can make a profile, right? So we will see the pipeline part tomorrow, and then some portion on the resume. And if required, we will have one session on Saturday or Sunday, whenever you all are, or even on the next Monday also, not a problem. We'll have one session. Maybe you can get some time, practice, and then if you have any doubts and all, we can solve that. But otherwise, from my side, believe me, more or less we are done. More or less we are done. We can officially declare is done also. But let the pipeline over, and then resume, and then after that, it's based on the need. Otherwise, we are good. All right. So don't worry too much about Git and Jenkins. It is just there to pull the code. push the code, execute the jobs and all. We don't do much here. It's all taken care by your DevOps. If someone asks you, have you created the pipeline? You can say that I have not created the pipeline. I have executed the pipeline, which was created by our DevOps guy. Right? What were you doing with respect to Git? Say Git is basically push, pull, created a branch, my local branch, or it is also called as a topic branch. I automated my test cases, right? I did, commit and push, and then I created the PRs. I was also reviewing the code written by others, peer review, right? That is what you will do with the Git. If you know this much, rest all you will anyway learn. It is always important to know, maybe 20, 30, 40%, and then go to the interview and job, right? So then from there, anyway, the job will teach you. But if you go without knowing anything, right, then it will become a challenge. You will struggle. Okay. So automation and all, we have put a lot of effort. TestNG, Maven, how to automate locators, data, Excel, JSON, all of that. But this big picture, right, like Jenkins, Git and all, the ecosystem now see Shruti, they're using Azure DevOps. They're not even using Jenkins, right? So in some companies, they might be using something else, GitLab. I've taught you using GitHub. There's also similar tool called as GitLab or Bitbucket. So these things could change. That is why I'm trying to give you the picture here. Once you get the job, if you know what is source code management, what is PR, right? How to create the branches, how to create the PRs. That if you know that, then it is well and good. Okay, you will anyway learn on the job. But don't go without knowing. Yeah, good. All right. So with that, let me stop here. Tomorrow we'll meet same time. I 99% that will not be called 8 to 8:30. We will connect and then let us see. Yeah. So now the time has come, guys. You have to start, right? As a trainer, whatever I could do, I've done it. I've done to best of my ability whatever I can. I know we've taken almost 4 months of time, but this is really, really super, right? A lot of things you have learned. So you have to put them in action now. Practice. Okay. And keep sending emails. We can be in touch. Any doubts you may have, any questions you may have, all of that you can always ask me. Not now, even after 2 3 years also you can ask. I will keep you know helping my older students, earlier students. I'll keep getting a lot of emails. I'll help them to troubleshoot and all. Some people asking questions related to their project also, right? So even I'm trying to help whatever best I can do. I will surely make sure that I will reply to your emails, if not immediately, maybe after a day or two, whenever I get some time. But I'll surely try to help you. If you really need some help, urgent help and all, send me an email. I can share my number also. You can call me also, not a problem. Yeah. But now you have to do it. Whatever I have to do, I have done it. Now it's all you have to do it. Okay. I will assume that you will start putting efforts. Please do that, and refer your friends or colleagues or any, your relatives or anybody who wants to learn Java, Selenium. I am also seriously thinking of starting Playwright and TypeScript, and also seriously thinking of starting API automation and AI related stuff like GitHub Copilot. How do we use all these agents and all that AI, because now that is also required nowadays, right? LangChain, MCP servers, all of that. I have started exploring learning, and then I will surely start a batch for that. Yeah, and I would encourage all of you to learn that nowadays. You should put that in your profile also. AI, little bit. See, Java, Selenium, you will have openings. Don't worry. 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, up to that, it's fine. But if you want to grow, when you grow, get more and more experience, then you will need to, showcase extra. So, yeah, I will be there to help. Don't worry. All right. Okay. So let's connect tomorrow 8 o'clock in the morning, and let's see. All right. Thank you.
Thank,
So
thank you,
when
sir.
you are
Yeah.
going to like start the batch with API testing?
That I'll have to see, Shruti. I am still waiting. I know people are waiting for that. I need to
Yeah.
do some groundwork for that. Okay. Yeah. So because
Okay, like yeah,
maybe
after
after
1 or 2 months.
minimum 1 month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you will get in touch with the institute. They will tell you.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
Sure. All of you get in touch with the institute. Hmm?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Good luck. Good day. See you tomorrow. Bye, guys.